Hello and welcome to the Fulfill YN channel. My name is Menachem Chayempour. We are 3PL consultants helping companies find the perfect 3PL for their business. Today we're going to go over 3PL pricing, the different fees associated with using a 3PL, what to look out for a business, and then what fee structure ultimately works best for your type of business needs. So the first fee that you are going to be hit with is going to be what's called receiving fees, otherwise known as inbound fees. And these are like the welcome wagon for your products. And 3PLs are going to ask you how your products are going to be received to their warehouse. And there are multiple ways that can happen. Is it coming through a rail container, ocean container, FTL, which stands for full truckload, or LTL, which is less than a truckload? Is it coming in small parcel? And the size and type of shipments significantly affects the receiving costs that you are going to have. They're going to ask you if your products are floor loaded or palletized, and how your products are organized upon the arrival is going to affect the ease and speed of unloading and ultimately influence your fees. Once the products have been brought into the warehouse, you're going to be asked, what is your inventory processing? And they're going to ask you if your products are barcoded. Barcodes make inventory tracking a breeze for 3PLs. And if your products lack them, expect higher processing fees due to the manual handling. The next item on the 3PL code is going to be storage fees. Storage fees are fees associated with you taking up space in someone's warehouse. So you are renting space in that person's warehouse. And the fee structure is going to be vary from 3PL to 3PL. And the four categories of how 3PLs are going to charge you for storage is either going to be pallet, bin, per cubic foot, or per square foot. So let's say your 3PL is charging you $25 per pallet, and you are looking to store 10 pallets at that 3PL. So your monthly storage fees are going to be $250. Per bin storage is really if you have smaller items. So they'll charge you for keeping your products in a bin in the warehouse. And those are significantly less. It's roughly around $3 per bin per month. When you're considering being billed per square foot or cubic foot, per square foot is good for businesses with bulky or irregularly sized items. And then per cubic foot is useful for maximizing storage efficiency. So that would consider both size and weight. Another thing to consider is the state in which you are partnering with a 3PL. So if you are going to partner with a 3PL in Los Angeles, where the price per square foot for renting a warehouse is $1.50, versus if you go to southern states in the US where you're going to pay 80 cents per square foot, the storage fees that you are going to get from your 3PL are obviously going to be significantly higher in LA versus southern states because the 3PL has higher costs of rent. Order processing. Order processing involves picking, packing, and shipping your customers' orders. So you're going to see a pick and pack fee. There's going to be pick and pack fee for the first item, second item, third item, and anything above that. And the first item is going to be roughly around $2.30. And for every item thereafter, it would be anywhere between 30 to 50 cents. So to give an example, if you, let's say, selling two SKUs, so you have an iPhone and an iPhone case, and a customer orders both of them, the 3PL is going to charge you $2.30 for the first item and 30 cents for the second item. So that means the total order processing cost is going to be $2.60 for this order. If the customer only orders one item, let's say they only order the iPhone or they only order the phone case, it's just going to be $2.30. There's material costs, which is going to be the boxes, tapes, bubble wraps, etc., that most 3PLs charge separately. They're going to send you a pricing sheet for the materials. Some 3PLs include it in the pick and pack fees. So just make sure that when you see higher pick and pack fees, ask the 3PL if they are including any material costs associated with a given order. Shipping is by far the most overlooked aspect on a 3PL invoice. And when companies are looking for 3PLs, they tend to focus on everything aside from shipping. But the reality is that shipping pretty much makes up 65% of the invoice that you are going to receive from your 3PL. And 3PLs have pre-negotiated rates with the big carriers like DHL, FedEx, UPS, and they are going to pass along most of the cost savings to you as a customer, but they are obviously going to keep a margin for themselves. Some people think that 3PLs should share with their customers what their margin is. I personally believe that is nobody's business. Whatever margin a company is making on a given customer is not important as long as the customer knows what they're being charged and they are happy with it. Whatever margin you're going to be making as a business owner shouldn't matter to your customers. But the important thing to realize, if you are a business looking for a 3PL and you have a high order volume, you can negotiate the 3PL shipping rates that they send over to you initially, or you can kind of do a tier process. So if, let's say, you're doing 500 to 2,500 orders per month, then your shipping rates are going to be in this range. But if you are doing 5,000 to 10,000, then your shipping rates are going to be in this range. And the same would go for pick and pack fees. If you're processing 100 orders a day versus processing 2,000 orders a day, you should negotiate with your 3PL their pick and pack fees, their material costs, and their shipping costs. The next item is going to be returns. Return processing involves receiving, inspecting, and restocking returned items. 3PLs might charge fees for return handling, which is processing the return item, and restocking, which is putting the items back in inventory. These are the major categories that you are going to be charged from your 3PL, and you're going to see them on your quote. Now, some 3PLs have monthly charges, and those monthly charges are associated with what's called account management fees. And these are monthly fees for dedicated support and communications with your 3PL provider. If you are doing high enough volume, your 3PL provider should include that, and you should negotiate not to have to pay those fees. But if you are a customer that's doing smaller volumes, then it would make sense that the 3PL would want to charge you for an account management fee. Another fee that some 3PLs charge you is going to be a minimum fee. Now, minimum fees are both to cover the 3PL in case the brand wasn't telling the truth or they miscalculated how many orders they are actually processing in a given month. It also helps for smaller companies to be onboarded onto 3PLs because they don't have the order volume just yet, and they want to partner with a 3PL to help them outsource their fulfillment. 3PLs are going to charge a minimum, so you need to spend, let's say, $500 a month with us. So if your order volume, inbound fee, storage fee doesn't equate to $500, then they're going to charge you at the end of the month that discrepancy. So let's say between all the fees that you paid your 3PL at the end of April only equated to about $350, at the end of the month, the 3PL is going to charge you $500. So they're going to charge you that extra $150 gap between the $350 that you spent and the $500 minimum that they signed with you. Ultimately, choosing the right 3PL company depends on your specific business needs. And I wanted to give you a quick breakdown to help you identify the ideal fit. If you are a business that has a need for high storage and you do a low order volume, so these tend to be B2B businesses, then you need to focus on finding a 3PL with low storage rates, and the shipping costs might be higher for them, but that's less relevant for your business model. If you are doing high order volume and you have low storage needs, which is primarily direct-to-consumer businesses, then you need to focus on finding a 3PL with lower fulfillment costs, which include picking, packing, and shipping. And even if it comes with high storage fees, because again, you are not in the business of needing storage. If you have fast moving inventory, so you're just doing pallets in, pallets out, then you need to prioritize a 3PL with low receiving fees and competitive shipping and handling costs. Storage becomes less of a concern since your products are quickly cycling in and out. If this was helpful, please drop a like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions with regards to 3PL, supply chain. I'll try to answer all of them. And if there's enough of a demand for future videos, then please leave a comment as to what topic you'd like me to discuss next time. Thank you for joining, and have a wonderful day.